Hello everyone, and welcome to a new series. This is Payday 2, in case you don't know. As you might have heard from previous videos, I don't have any internet right now. And since Payday 2 is one of my favorite games currently, I have decided to make a few videos about it and play it solo stealth, because I can't play it online. Yeah, kind of figures. Anyway, so I want to solo stealth a few missions. These are my favorite missions in the game, so I decided to make a video about it. And here you can see the first one, it's Nightclub. And the assets that I buy are loot drop truck, because I think it's very important to have it. And also I try to take a very low amount of detection risk equipment with me. In case you don't know, you can modify your weapons in the game, and I usually have a few weapons that have high damage output and a few weapons that have very low detection risk, so that I don't get caught that easily by any guards when I try to sneak by. This is the beginning of the map. You start outside and there's a little bouncer dude, and he's kind of doing his little game with you, and then you can enter. And now you can see, the first thing that I do when I enter, I look upside to the window of the manager's office and see if there's a dude on the window, because if it is, then I try to sneak into the other offices first, since it's kind of risky to sneak by the manager. Whoops! And here I do the first mistake. I almost run into this guard, but and that would cause me to be instantly detected. But I kind of luck out and he doesn't notice me, and then I can just easily take him out. But even if he would have spotted me, that wouldn't be such a big deal, because back in this little room there's no one else to see him, so I could have taken him out and there would not be any kind of problem. So here's the first save, and I fast forward, so you don't have to wait until the lock is picked. It usually takes about 45 seconds, I think. And luckily there's the money already, so I can pick it up. And this is the reason why I take the loot drop truck. As you can see in a couple seconds, when I go into the second office, there is a window, and when you pick the loot drop truck, you can just throw the loot that you have outside the window and it will be picked up, and you don't have to wait for the van. And also, I don't like to wait for the van. Even the thing is that the van can spawn in random locations. Sometimes it's in the front of the club, and it's sometimes very, very hard to get the loot through the club without any guest noticing. And this is one of the hardest parts in the game, I think. It's the civilians and keeping the crowd control throughout a mission if you have to deal with civilians, but I will go over that when it's the time, because here in the nightclub you usually don't want to. Yips, hello Mr. Guard, and goodbye. Usually when you do the nightclub, you want to stealth it so that nobody notices you. Even the guests in the nightclub, you don't have to deal with them. And when you get spotted by the civilians, you have two options. There's another guard, and I decide to take him out because he's in a quite safe spot for that. And also I like the silenced shotgun. It's quite awesome. It kind of reminds me of the movie, what was it? No Country for Old Men, which is a very, very cool movie. So yeah, what was I talking about? So yeah, if you have to deal with civilians in this game, you can do two things. The first one is you can shout at them and dominate them and get them on the ground, and then you can cuff them with your little plastic handcuffs. But you only have 6 of them, and I also fast forward through picking this lock. On the bottom right you can see that I have 6 handcuffs still, and in the nightclub it's not worth it using them because there are quite a few civilians, most likely more than 6, and you have to shoot the other ones if you don't have any cuffs left. You have to just shoot. This window is also a little bit of tricky. Sometimes, I don't know why, sometimes civilians inside the club can hear the breaking of the glass and then they call the cops and the stealth mission is over. So I'm kind of lucky here that I don't alert the civilians with breaking the glass, and then I can throw all the bags out. That's by the way the reason why I collected all the bags in front of the window first before I broke it. So that if someone would hear it, I could just throw it out as fast as possible and ditch this club and run away. So I tried to go through the kitchen, but there are a lot of civilians and guards running around there, so I decided to go through this little back room. And in the back room there is usually one guard and a couple civilians. So I take out the guard and I dominate the civilian and cuff his hands so he doesn't run away and call the cops. And also bag this guy. Even though this room is very safe, there's I think there's no chance that any civilian or guard will ever enter this room. So once you've cleared it out, that's a quite safe spot. And now I run back because I remember that there was money on the table that I didn't pick up. And when I'm still here, I can just, I try to take as much as I can. So now comes the tricky part, because escaping the nightclub without getting seen is very hard, and I usually suck at it, so I try to... Whoops, hello, Mr. Civilian. And I usually try to just not... I try to keep one ECM jammer to block all the signals and cell phones from the civilians, and I just run, and nobody can call the cops, and I can just escape without an alarm. But with this run, as you can see, I have already used all my 2 jammers. On the bottom right there would be a jammer left if I didn't. So I just have to find a sneaky way out, and I try to go past here or go through the DJ booth, because as funny as it may seem, you can kill the DJ and nobody notices. It's quite funny. Maybe sometimes he gets noticed. So I just try to sneak by, and I almost get detected, and then the DJ's... it's just a mess. Getting out of the club is just a big mess, and I usually just run at this point. But I've tried to get past everyone without getting noticed. So here, as you can see, I'm literally at the exit, so I just run for it. I could have shouted the civilian down who detected me, but I just thought about, I didn't even want to bother anymore with this. It's over now. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will do some more maps on Payday 2 and upload the videos. And if you like this, please leave a like, and if you have any questions, please leave a comment. And also share this video on Twitter and Facebook if you think that some of your friends might be interested in this. So yeah, this is it, first video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Ooh, candy hearts.